Hello! So today for my tutorial, I'm going to be going through my everyday makeup routine. It took me kind of a while to decide what to do for this because I really like cooking, I really like baking, but I thought that was just like a lot of I'm telling you what to do and then you have to sit there and watch me cut everything or mix everything. So I figured this would be more fun and more interactive. So right now I have a bare face, just took a shower, I pulled my hair back. I'm going to be showing the products that I use and the order that I apply them on. I also have a little mirror here that I'm going to be looking into so that I don't have to use the camera as my mirror. So if you see me looking off to the side like this, it just means that I'm putting on my mascara or rubbing in everything. So I have my makeup bag here. Normally I would be doing this in the bathroom, but I thought that would be a little strange taking you in the bathroom with me. So the first thing, let me tilt this up a little bit. So the first thing that I use is Smashbox Photo Finish Reduce Redness Primer. And I just use this because during the summer I have sunburn almost all the time. And it really helps to even out my complexion and make sure everything looks similar. So I'm going to take a squeeze of this, about that much, on my finger. I'm going to close this up really fast. And then I like to kind of pat it and smear it onto my fingers like this, and then I just take it and rub it into my face, and you'll know that this is good to go once you get kind of like a smooth glossy finish. It's not going to look glossy, but it'll feel really smooth once you're done rubbing it in. And I like to drag it down to my neck because I do put product on my neck so that it looks more cohesive rather than just like a made up face and nothing on my neck. There's that. So that was the first one. Feel free to write these products down or take screenshots. There's only one shade in this. So it's a Reduce Redness Primer from Smashbox. I'm going to put that off to the side. And then the next thing that I do is I go in with my Tarte Double Beauty Concealer and just kind of, it's the Shape Tape one in light beige. Next thing I do is I just kind of put this on any problem areas that I have, and then I'm going to take my beauty blender and pat those in. So while I'm doing this, pat this in. And then I do also like to use some on my eyes and like lighten up these inner corners. I'll show you how I do it in just a second. Lighten these up, put some in my T-zone. Okay, it looks kind of crazy right now, but so I put it right here on the corners of my eyes, and then in my T-zone, right here, and then just on my problem areas. I kind of use a lot of this because I like more of a full coverage. You can use less or more, or go in after we do concealer, but then I'm just going to blot this all out. And you want to blot and not drag because that's how you get lines or wrinkles or anything. So I'm going to keep blotting until it looks pretty packed into me. Alright. And I've learned a lot of this from my sister because, she likes to watch YouTube videos of famous makeup professionals. And even those who aren't so famous. And then I just put some on my lips because I have sunburn on them, so I'm going to tone those down a little bit. Okay. So that is done. Looks pretty clear to me. And then the next thing that I'm going to go in with is, oh boy, my NARS foundation. It's tinted moisturizer in the shade Norwich Light 1.5. I'm going to shake it up. And then for this, I normally put it on my hand like this. Just a dollop, that much. And since this is a tinted moisturizer, you can use as much of it as you like. It doesn't really look cakey or anything like that. I'm going to pat it on my hand, on my brush. This is the It Brushes for Beauty Chic Foundation. And I'm just going to blot this into my skin. Lots of blotting. Sometimes I use circular motions, kind of helps to make it look more even. And I always go under my eyes and then by my ears and down. I'm going to take a little bit more, blot some on this side. Go by my ears and then down into my neck to just kind of blend it all out so it looks more natural, more even. And then I do put this on my eyelids and around that way, and then I'm going to take the last little bit of it and use it on my forehead. Make sure that's all rubbed in. Alright, so foundation is done, and then what I like to do too is after I do the foundation, before I set my face, I'm going to go back in and put concealer on any little blemishes that I see, just to make sure that those are all covered. Again, this is more of a full face coverage, so I'm not going to wear this to the beach or under a mask all day. This is when I'm going out or when I have like pictures coming up or a nice dinner or something like that. But this is my everyday makeup routine. But like I said, sometimes I use less, sometimes I use more. Alright, so that's all done. And then I take the Laura Mercier setting powder. I really just open it, and since there's already some left in here, on the top right there, I just use a little packing brush. This is by Kenzie. Tap that in, dust it off, and then I put it anywhere that I really want my makeup to stay. So like right under my eyes, in my T-zone I will hit, and then my chin right here for my mask, just because I really want my makeup to stay in those areas. And all these products, I got them at Ulta, but there are drugstore dupes if you don't really want to spend much money on them. But even though they're a little bit pricier, they really do last for a long time. So, setting powder is done. Next thing I'm going to go in is with my bronzer. And right now I'm using Too Faced Sun Bunny. I love this bronzer. It's my absolute favorite. They do have a chocolate line that smells like chocolate. That's one I normally use in the winter, but since I'm a little bit darker than I would be in the winter, I decided on this one. And this time I'm starting at my neck, and then I'm going to bring up the bronzer into my face. Like this, under your eyes, around your eyes. Just make sure it's all even. And then I typically dab it a few more times, shake it off, and then into your hairline, because you don't want to have a funky looking tan. So that's done. So now basically all the face is done. I just really like to go in with a little bit of blush. So right now I'm using this Stila convertible color in shade Lilium. I can pop it open for you so you can see it. This is more of a blush that you use your finger with. I forgot the term for it. But I put it on my finger like this, and then I take it and I dab it on the highlight of my cheek. It's not a super, super bright color, but it does add a little bit of life into your face so you don't look so washed out by bronzer or by your concealer or your foundation. Add this in, and I like to pull this up. And I do switch fingers because you can add more or less or make sure it looks even on both sides. Okay, looks good to me. And then I do use the Bretman Rock Babe in Paradise highlight. And I have a fan brush that I'm going to pull out. So here's my fan brush. It came with it. It's the Morphe by Bretman brush. And then I like to use the shade, Vacation. It's the second one right here. So I'm going to rub it in. And then I just take it right here so it pops some nice highlight right on that side. And then I like to go on the tip of my nose and then on my top lip. A lot of times I'll go up the bridge of my nose too, but I just like this one because it adds a nice glowy look to your face. And then the last thing that I do, two more things, sorry. So I have the Wild Rose Caviar Stick Eye Color. I did get this from Ulta as well. This is by Laura Mercier again. Not sure if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see. But it's by Laura Mercier in the shade Wild Rose. And then for this, I typically just pop it open, twist it up so you can see it like that. And then I just color this on my eye, just on my lid, like that. And then I'll take my finger and kind of rub it in. Again, this doesn't really add much color, it just adds a little bit of a shimmer. Like this. And then normally I will listen to a podcast while I'm getting ready, but a big interest of mine is unsolved cases or unsolved murders. So I didn't know how comfortable we would be with that during this tutorial, so I just left it out. One person that I really like to watch and follow for makeup is Bailey Sarian. She's a YouTuber. She does murder and makeup on Mondays. So it's the triple M's, and she's really great. The last thing that I do is mascara. So really, right now I've been using Telescopic by L'Oreal, but then I also do like the Essence Lash Princess. This one has more of a fuller brush. I could show you. Like this. So this one's more full, and then this one is a skinnier brush, depending on how I feel that day. If I want my lashes to be more separated and longer, or if I want them to be more full, I will use either or. But today I'm going to use your L'Oreal. And I have my mirror right here. I'm going to put it so that you can see it. So I'm going to go in, and then I like to do 2 or 3 coats of this. Just because my lashes are pretty long, I just prefer them to be darker. So then I swivel it around to make sure all of it is coated, and then I take off the excess on the top of the brush, and then I just go right in. And so when I do this, I really like to start on the outside of my eye and then work my way in, but when I do it, I twist the wand so that it pulls my lashes while separating them, which really gives it a nice length and the separated look. So they don't look clumpy. And then just for sake of time, we're at 13, I'm just going to do 1 coat on each eye. So I do the top lash, and then I take this and do the bottom lash line. Sorry, don't mind my faces. I feel like everyone makes a funny face when we put mascara on. I'm going to do 1 more, just because I prefer it to be darker and a little bit fuller. Alright, so there is 1 eye done, and then let me do the other one really quick. And then typically after I do my makeup, I will go pick out an outfit or fix up my hair. Today I'm just leaving it natural though. Alright, well thank you guys for following along on my Get Ready With Me tutorial. I hope that this was beneficial to you and you were able to see some of the products. I tried to hold them up for a little bit of a longer time so that if you were writing them down or if you were taking a screenshot, you had ample amount of time to do that, because I know that is always the worst. Alright, but there it is. There's my routine. Thanks.